Hello. So it's kind of early in the morning. That's why being a little more quiet. But I'm making a video on my, I would say, somewhat extensive record collection. This stack right here is maybe, if you can see that bin right here, that's all my records plus these. So this is only maybe a third of it or a quarter of it. But these ones specifically are, I think, my most interesting records that I own. Not that the records in here are not interesting. I will show you all these, just quickly flipping through them. But these ones I'm going to specifically address like one by one, because I find them to be the most unique, I guess. Not even unique. They're very big records that a lot of people owned. Two of them not so much, and you'll see them pretty much right away, I think. Yeah. But the rest of them are pretty well known albums, but they still have some interesting stories behind them, and I want to showcase them. The other ones I'll quickly flip through and just kind of show you a quick glance of my albums. But this one specifically, we'll start off with Lawrence Welk, Polka. This is one of the first records I ever bought at Goodwill on my own. And it just caught my attention. It looked kind of goofy. It looked old. I may be wrong. No, this one is not my oldest record. My oldest record's in the bin over there, which I will show you. But it's an older record. It's kind of classy. I've played it a few times. It's really cute, and it's polka. But I find it significant because it's the first one I bought. I was given a bunch of records as presents to begin with when I got my record player, but this is the first one that I bought on my own, along with a couple others, but this one is the most memorable of the other, I think, three that I bought when I first bought records. So yeah, this is interesting. It's, I believe, a 50s or 60s artist. I think it's 50s. And it plays really bad. Like, it doesn't skip, but the audio quality is very distorted. And it just sounds old, like very old and very worn down. But it actually is a really good record. I found this also at Goodwill. I just liked it. Yeah. I was glad I got it. I played it once or twice. This one I've played more than once or twice. It's been maybe 4 times, but this one I only played like twice. But I still find it really interesting. I don't even know who this artist is. I mean, it's obviously Johnny Mathis, but I've never heard of him. I heard of the name before, I just never connotated it with anything, really. Eddie Arnold. Eddie Arnold is... I was on a huge Eddie Arnold kick, and I loved his music. I actually have 3 of his records. This one I think I got at a Goodwill. When you go to Goodwill in my area, you can find tons of Eddie Arnold. It's just littered with Eddie Arnold. It's literally every Goodwill you go into, you will find at least 1 to 5 Eddie Arnold records, sometimes repeats of the same record. It's ridiculous. So, if anyone's watching that's going to buy me a record, do not buy Eddie Arnold. I have, like, 3 records of basically all of his music. I love his music. There's some songs I don't have on records, but I'm pretty much done collecting Eddie Arnold. But he is a good artist, country singer from, I believe, the 60s, very early 60s. He's very different than most country singers, and that's what I like about him. So yeah. Buck Owens, I got this as a present, I think. I don't know. Buck Owens is another country singer. He's more... he's in that weird category of being kind of like rock and roll and kind of country. Almost like a... I wouldn't consider him rockabilly, but he is very similar to rockabilly, kind of. But he does have some really country songs. Excuse me, sorry. The Mamas and the Papas. Very, very great album. Lots of good songs. What I find interesting is the back. My mom got this for me, and I mentioned to her, I'm like, that's not the back. She's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, you can feel that this is some sort of paper. And I read this whole thing, and it turns out to be some sort of review for the album by Andy Wickham, and it was published by ABC Paramount Records. So I think that's that's what it says at the bottom. I don't know if that is referring to, like, the record itself. It says Dunhill. I don't know if that's the record company. I have no idea, but I find it really interesting, and there's some sort of signature right here, or like initialing. I don't know what that is. It might be worth some money. I have no idea. Probably not, but I find it really interesting that this is on the back instead of the original backing that's underneath this. It's a weird touch to the album, and it's already a good album. You can see Monday Monday's on there. I Call Your Name, Do You Want to Dance, California Dreamin', let's see, the other ones I'm not really aware of, but definitely those 4 that I just mentioned, I know those songs very, very well. Great songs, and great album. Simon and Garfunkel's Greatest Hits, I love them, so their Greatest Hits is definitely cool. So yeah, it's a good album. My favorite album of all time. I actually have 2 copies of these because someone messed up during Christmas time, and they didn't communicate, apparently. So my mom got this and my aunt got this, and yeah, this is the better copy of the album, but I still have both. I don't plan on getting rid of either of them. So yeah, just in case one breaks, or just to have 2, really. I really like it. Think it's an amazing album. It's my favorite, so. Eric Carmen, found this in a, you like my PJs? Found this in a antique shop, actually. It was buried under tons of crappy ass records. And I saw this and I recognized it. I know this artist. He's made a lot of good songs. Specifically, what was on here that... let's see. Never Gonna Fall in Love Again. That song. I know. And All By Myself. Two really good songs, back to back. But yeah, I listened to this, I think, every day for the first week of my breakup. It's a breakup album, especially the first side of the album is definitely a breakup album. The second half, I haven't listened to too much, but it's not as depressing as the first half. So yeah, great album. My second favorite album of all time is Mirage by Fleetwood Mac. It's in a little protector, as you can see. Let's see, what songs are on here? Love in Store, Can't Go Back, That's Alright. Book of Love is my favorite song on this album. Actually, yeah, Book of Love is my first favorite on the album. My second favorite's Oh Diane, sorry. Wish You Were Here, Eyes of the World. Basically every song on this entire album. Same with the Discovery album by Electric Light Orchestra. In my opinion, are all gold. This one's interesting. I asked I made a wish list, and I said that I wanted Robert Palmer, Addicted to Love, on a 45. If you can notice, this isn't a 45. It says 45 on it, but it's not a 45. It's a full-size record. And it's back to back. I don't know if you can see this. It's the same song on both sides. On side A and... oh, they both say side A. But yeah, it's the same song on both sides. And it's actually, if you notice, a promotional copy. It's fascinating. I have no idea how this record got onto market. I don't know. And what I really wonder is how, or why, more so why, it was turned into a full-size record for promotional purposes. That kind of confuses me a lot, but yeah, it's an interesting record. Probably has an interesting story. It plays very good, which is surprising because it's a promotional record, but Addicted to Love is a very good song by Robert Palmer. So, yeah, definitely one of the more interesting albums that I own. So yeah, or this one's not even considered an album, but records. Lionel Richie, Can't Slow Down. I bought this one at a record store by myself. You can see what I paid for it. I think that's actually a really good price, $5. Can't Slow Down, All Night Long, Penny Lover, Hello. I think I've heard of Stuck on You, might be wrong. Love Will Find a Way, I think I've heard. I mean, I definitely have heard it. I've listened to this record a couple times now. Oh, I never opened it. Never saw that. That's so creepy. That's so weird. Okay, I didn't need to see that. But yeah, it's a cool record. This one I got from my mom. Purple Rain, Prince. I'll be honest, I'm not the hugest Prince fan. I think he's a good artist, but or was a good artist, but I think he's a little hyped up. Just my opinion. I don't know. He is a fantastic artist. I'm not like putting him down, but I don't think he was like the greatest artist out there by far. I really don't think so. I like his work. I like most of his songs. I think they're a lot better than a majority of the songs out there, but he's not like the best artist of all time, in my opinion. Just my opinion. Thriller. I got both of these from my mom. She had both of these and gave them to me. So, this one I bought at a record store. Has someone's initial, JS, in the corner, but, yeah, Toto. Can't go wrong with Toto. Let's see. Oh, you can see I paid $6 for it. I'll Supply the Love. Let's see, what else. Hold the Line. There's another big song on here. I'm trying to see. I think those are the only two, but, I'm not missing something, right? No, I think those are the two big songs on this. Yeah, it's a good album. Genesis, Abacab, my third favorite album. Doing lots of stumbling today with my words, but yeah, third favorite album by far. So many good songs on here. Abacab, No Reply at All. Keep It Dark is a great one. Man on the Corner is another good one. The other songs are really good as well, but maybe not as great. So yeah, it's a great album. Genesis, you'll see later, I'm gonna have to make this video 2 parts, but, I have, I think 4 or 5 Genesis albums, and then Phil Collins I have 3 or 4 of his albums, so I'm a huge fan of Phil Collins, so yeah. No Jacket Required, this one's a reprint. I'm okay with reprints, I prefer originals, but, I do definitely, I admire qualities from both, reprints and originals. You can see this one. Maybe you can't see it in this light, but when you put fingerprints on this material, it's not typical sleeve material. It's like a weird, silky kind of material. It's very strange. You can kind of see it. It leaves fingerprints. But yeah, No Jacket Required's a great album. I have this on actually every media like form that I can play it on. So I have it on cassettes, I have it on CD, record, digital, I'm trying to think, do I have it on any other obscure thing? I don't think so. But yeah. Susudia, Long Way to Go is a amazing song. Very powerful. I Don't Want to Know, One More Night, Don't Lose My Number. Let's see, Inside Out, Take Me Home. This one's okay. Doesn't Anybody Stay Together Anymore, but I don't think it's as great as some of the other ones I just mentioned, but a majority of this album is fantastic. So, and the last one, Howard Jones, Humans Lib. I used to really love this album a lot, specifically for What Is Love, Hide and Seek, New Song, and Humans Lib. Those 4 songs, I absolutely loved. I still really love New Song. I think it's a fantastic piece of work. It's very obscure, but not in like the psychedelic sense, but it is very obscure of a song. It's very peppy and very pop. What's the word? Like electric. God, why can't I think of it? I'm gonna think of it right when the video ends. Not techno-pop. There's a word for it. Synth pop. That's what it is. It's very synth poppy, but it's not... Ooh, almost dropped the camera. It doesn't sound like typical synth pop. It sounds very peppy and very upbeat. It's probably one of the most upbeat songs like imaginable, with melody and stuff. I've never heard a song like so upbeat before. I've been waiting for so long. Do 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 do. Sorry. So yeah, that's all these records. I'll go through the other half in the next video, and then I'll show you my 45s in another video as well. So yeah, have a great day, everyone. See ya. Thought I was going to say something more interesting, but couldn't think of anything, so sorry. Peace out.